All right, folks, joining us right now, undefeated junior welterweight who has his eyes set on Teofimo Lopez, Arnold Barboza. Thanks for joining us, champ.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Listen, obviously, you're the talk of the town and your name is attached to Teofimo after his fight. You were in the crowd, you were in attendance, even the broadcast, they talked about you being a potential opponent. And I know Teofimo might have said something to the effect of, oh, don't put me in with that guy. I don't want to fight that guy. So I know I'm jumping right into it, man. I want all the spicy talk and all the smoke right now. First off, were you impressed with Teofimo's performance on that night against Campos?
Yeah. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I just feel like, like Campos I don't think he's top level, no disrespect to Campos, you know what I'm saying? I think it was smart of his team to take that fight, because they were trying to and the reason why everything sparked up was because of what his dad had said, and then his manager kept bringing my name up.
Can you elaborate a little bit talk about that for those folks that didn't know what Teofimo's dad said? What did he say?
Yeah, so I got a message from, I forgot who it was, that was right next to him, that he had said that we were gonna fight him in January. And then he did another interview and called me a tuna fight for January. And then his manager, so right when he said tuna fight, that's what we were kind of like got me mad, and then all the talk about, he wanted to just right away come in to the division and fight for all 4 belts when it's like he hasn't done division. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked my whole life to get to where I'm at, in my division, and so that was kind of another disrespect, slap in the face.
So when you say January, you mean January 2023? They were saying you would be a tune-up fight then?
No, when he just lost.
Okay.
After his loss, yeah.
Got you.
So that's why, we kind of held off a little bit because, we kept hearing our name. His manager kept bringing it up. I tried to send, Teofimo's dad a personal message on Instagram, just to see hey, what's going on? Like, what's up? You guys want to do this, or we're gonna have
with the fight?
With the fight, yeah.
Right.
He never responded. Of course, I sent Teo a message. He didn't respond. So I mean, the only way I could do it is I caught him on a podcast. I called in, and then we got a heated words exchange. And yeah, man. Ever since then, my blood's been boiling. It's been I've been itching to get him. We tried. I know my manager Rick tried, a lot of times, man, to make the fight happen, and he I don't know what's going on. He just didn't do it. I mean, I think it's a smart thing on his team to take the Campos fight. But yeah, I mean, we're trying to get it now.
What do you think is the holdup? Why hasn't the fight been able to be made?
I think he probably sees me as too much of a big risk and no reward. But I mean, everyone that he wants to fight is not available. You know what I mean? And he's talking about big fish. I mean, I'm at the top of the division too. If you look at all the rankings, I'm on the top. So all the guys ahead of me, right, that are supposed to be ahead of me, they're not available. So I don't see any other fight that makes sense right now.
No, I mean, you bring up a great point. One thing I want to point out is you mentioned that he hasn't done anything in the division and he already wants big title fights. But is it fair to say that in boxing, because it's a business, that happens often when a guy has a big profile? Teofimo is well known. He's the guy that beat Lomachenko. He went on to be undisputed, without the WBC regular. But like Canelo, I'm not comparing him to Canelo, but he goes up to 168 and gets all the title fights, and it happens. So is it fair to say that it's because of his popularity that he should expect that, getting those big fights, because that's what the network wants?
Yeah, I really think that's a big part of it. But the thing is that he just came off of a loss with Barboza. So to me, like you come off a loss, you gotta kind of like
work your way back up and work your way back up.
Work your way back up, and I think that he needs to fight a legit a ranked contender in the 40-pound division before he can even talk about, getting all 4 belts. You know what I mean?
Right.
But like I said, he feels he's a little spoiled, right? He feels a little entitled. So but I'm just, I know Top Rank wants to make the fight happen. So I think it's just a matter of him accepting or he doesn't.
What is Top Rank offering you and your team outside of Teofimo? You said you've been at the top of the division. You're undefeated. You're knocking on the door. You want title shots as well. What is your team offering you if the Teofimo fight doesn't happen? What else is out there?
We haven't really discussed it. You know what I mean? But I know if I know if Jose Ramirez is not gonna fight the rest of the year, I know Leon Paro is number 1 in the WBO, and I'm number 3, so I can fight him.
No, but what I mean is you want titles, right? So why?
Yeah.
What would be, if you had an opportunity to fight for a title or fight Teofimo Lopez, would you fight the bigger name in Teofimo just to get that win and have that under your belt, or would you go for the gusto and fight for titles if you had a choice?
Man, to be honest, if I had a choice, I'd fight Teofimo just because I don't like him, man. I really want to fight. Like, people don't get it. Like, I'm not the type of dude that's gonna go on social media and just talk shit. You know, I don't do that. Like, if I don't like somebody, I legit don't like them, right? So I legit want to get my hands on them. So I would skip out.
It's more of a personal thing for you.
It's a personal thing, man. I've never, really been disrespected like in boxing, because I don't disrespect people, you know what I mean? And then, to get disrespected kind of for nothing. So I was like, all right, cool. So now it's kind of a little personal to me, but we'll see, man. Hopefully they take the fight. We're trying. I know we're gonna try. My manager Rick's on it, so we'll see what happens.
So, and the goal is to, Teofimo says he want to go back out in December in New York. Is that the goal for you to fight to be his opponent that day?
Yeah, of course. I'm training right now for December. We're already starting training for December. We're training like if we're fighting him. Game planning, everything. So, right. So we're gonna get ready for December 10th. And it's in New York, so I would love to go out there. I'd love to go out there. Never been. I'd love to fight out there. I know it's kind of his hometown, right, or his his people, but it don't matter to me, man. I always wanted to fight in someone's hometown and be like, and can be booed. You know what I mean? I always wanted that.
Outside of yourself, Arnold, who's the guy to beat at 140? Who do you think would be your toughest task?
Well, obviously, Josh Taylor has belts, right? And then I think, he's going to start. I think he's going to start, if he drops, I think he's dropping all of them. I'm not sure, but, I think, everyone needs to start fighting. I think the great fight is Regis and Cepeda. I think that's a great fight coming up. I think, Jose Ramirez is still the one to beat too at 140, which I'm always welcome for that. And we'll see, man. I know that the division is gonna start. It's gonna start shaping up, man. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun.
So you would still say that Josh Taylor is the guy to beat. Because he holds most of the straps. He would be your toughest task stylistically.
Stylistically, I think maybe I think Regis would be a tough one. Cepeda, I sparred him a few times. He's very tricky. So I'm saying, man,
But you washed him up in sparring.
No. We actually went back and forth, bro. It was a good sparring, man. He's my boy, But we always said, we'll be at a function together, and then people we know the same people, so they'll start trying to stir it up. Like, when are you guys gonna fight? And we're like, hey, man, if there's a bout on the line and the money's right, let's do it. Anything.
But you actually like each other, but it's business.
Yeah.
You have to fight him, you'll fight him.
Oh yeah, Hunter, he knows it too. He'll do the same thing. Yeah, that don't matter.
I want to get your opinion on these lightweights, even though one of them said he'll move up to 140 soon, and that's Devin Hayden, who's holds all the straps at lightweight. Turns out he's going to be fighting Kambosos once again. A lot of people felt that, it was an easy win for him. They didn't want to see the rematch, but it's going to happen anyway. Anything different happens in that rematch?
No, I don't think so, man. If anything, I think Devin Hayden might even turn around and stop him. That's my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people felt that way, but it's honorable that he's honoring that rematch. It's on the contract, and give him the opportunity. Again, he's an honorable fighter. At your point in his career, with your size, do you feel like you have the size to move up to welterweight? For instance, if you don't get the fights that you want at 140, would you be the type of guy to move up to welterweight and to pursue fights there? There's a lot of big money fights over there.
Oh, of course. If I was to get a good offer, on the table at 147, why not, man? I feel like my body, will take it. Well, I started my career at 147. I fought like a few fights at 47. So I'm open to it, man. Yeah, I'm open. I'm open to it. I make 140 easy. That's not a problem for me. So whatever makes sense right now for me, man. I want the big fights. I don't want to keep fighting, other contenders that are like below, in rankings. I want top five guys. So we'll see what happens. Well,
speaking of welterweight, I gotta get your prediction on this fight that everybody's talking about. It hasn't been announced to be official yet, but I'm talking about Crawford Spence, man. How does that fight play out?
Man, you know what? I'm a big Crawford fan, man. I like his style. I just think that he adapts to everything, man. And it's hard to for me, right, as a fighter, I would be like, man, it's hard to train for a guy like that, because you got to get lefties and righties in. You know what I mean? Right. He can go lefty the whole fight, or he can just be right. He's just real tricky, man. And I think that he's a great talent.
Yeah, no. So it's safe to say you'll be picking him to beat Spence.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen.
Not a lot of people will though. Not a lot of people are doing that. My pops is getting Spence, man. So I'm gonna get a little side bet with him.
I mean, a lot of people are picking Spence. I mean, I truly believe it's a 50-50 fight, but I do feel like that Crawford does a little more in that ring in terms of adjustments. Nevertheless, listen, I hope you get the fight that you're searching for. I think it'll be a hell of a fight, and we're from New York, so maybe we'll see you in New York if you get that fight. Good luck with that, champ.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Arnold Barboza, folks.
Thank you.